Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel. When was the last time you checked on your roof? Stick around, I'll see you right after this. So I went to look at a friend's property the other day, and when we got there, we noticed that the roof looked a bit strange. The small spaces between the shingles were giving off a shine or an unusual brightness that was never there before. It was a somewhat overcast day, and I thought it could have been damp or wet from the rain. It even looked like snow from a distance. But upon closer inspection, that wasn't the case. After getting on a ladder to test my theory, I did not see or feel anything wet, but I did see small white fibers protruding from between the shingles and on the surface of the shingles in the more worn out spots. Come to find out, those white fibers are the fiberglass elements used in shingles. Why is fiberglass used in shingles? For one thing, it increases insulation exponentially by increasing the heat resistance of the shingle, which in turn means a cooler home. Moisture resistance is another reason fiberglass shingles are chosen over more paper-based shingles. We all know what excess moisture can do to a roof, from mold to dry rot to weak spots. These things can eventually go from minor leaks inside the home, appearing as wet spots on the ceiling first, to major leaks which can cause very costly damage to the roof and home. The average cost to repair a roof from water damage can be up to $1,500 or more depending on the extent of the damage. So fiberglass shingles are good for keeping that moisture at bay. Not to mention, fiberglass is more fire resistant. I live on the West Coast where wildfires are prevalent and definitely something to be feared or at least prepared for. So it's no surprise we're dealing with fiberglass shingles on this home. Fiberglass shingles cost less, weigh less, and are more environmentally friendly, in today's parlance, more green, because they contain less asphalt than other types. But when you start seeing exposed fiberglass on your roof like this, glistening in the sun, the red flag should go up, because what's supposed to be hidden is now visible. The shingles are wearing out, deteriorated by the harsh sunlight that beats down on them day in, day out, year after year, decade after decade. It's time to replace the roof, because once it gets to this point, it's irreversible, but fortunately not irreplaceable. So I wouldn't panic if this is happening to you, but know that it's the beginning of the end. As much as a home can be an appreciating asset, it's also a depreciating or deteriorating asset at the same time if you don't have a proper maintenance schedule that you follow. That being said, let's talk about some of the best roof maintenance practices that you can incorporate into your home maintenance schedule. Proper roof maintenance is not just about shingles. It's about gutters, downspouts, trees, ventilation. All these factors have to be considered in a proper, thorough roof maintenance schedule. First thing you should do is schedule a roof inspection by a professional. This should be done at least twice a year, at least once. A good way to spot a potential financial crisis, if you know what I mean, is to walk around your home and look for broken or missing shingles, damaged or flashing gutters, clogged gutters, mildew or mold growth, shingle decay, like what we saw before, like the piles of granules that fall off the shingles. That's a sign of shingle decay. Damaged flashing is another one. If you see any of these issues, it's time to call an expert. It's time to call a professional to scout it out and recommend the necessary repairs. Number 2, anytime there is a major storm or prolonged periods of rain, snow, wind, or God forbid a tornado, that is, if your house somehow survived, you definitely want to inspect your roof. Once again, you want to check for missing shingles or tiles, if you got a tile roof, tree branches that fell on the roof, icicles, that hang from the edge of the roof. Check for dips or sags in the roof, possibly from a heavy buildup of snow or water. Check your downspouts for any buildup as well, like leaves or foreign objects. Springtime is a good time to inspect your roof for damage, especially leaks, because you're just coming out of winter where everything is wet. And don't forget to clean out all your dead leaves from your gutter that fell from those trees during the wintertime. Summertime is the best time to check for proper roof ventilation and insulation. So if you have an attic and it's too hot in there, that can cause serious problems or serious damage to your roof decking or your roof shingles. So a properly ventilated attic is very important. Even with no formal attic, the roof has to be ventilated, meaning that there has to be a path for air to come in and exit the home or attic space or roof space freely, so no hot air gets trapped. So you have what's called roof vents to accomplish this. Always be on the lookout for any cracks in the roof. If the flashing is loose or damaged, rain or snow can get in and cause the dreaded water damage. If you have skylights or chimneys, check the flashing or caulking around those. Sometimes caulking can age and dry up, losing its sealing ability. You may have to put new sealant in the important areas aside from replacing the flashing itself if necessary. If the skylight is not secured properly, for example, a strong wind or storm can blow the skylight off and the skylight itself can get damaged, allowing rain, water, or snow to come inside and cause further damage in your home or on the property. So check your skylights for damage, make sure they're secure. I know I had to secure one not too long ago myself after it was blown off and damaged. All right, I was just talking about skylights. This is a commercial building, it's not a residential home, but just want to show you what I was talking about just now. Is that the one? Or is this the one? I think this is the one over here. A few months ago there was a storm came through and the wind blew this skylight off. Now mind you, these skylights are pretty heavy, they're pretty large, okay? But when I came on the roof to check it out, that guy right there was sitting over there in the corner of the roof. That's how strong the winds can get in a storm, and that wasn't even a major storm, okay? So, and when I got to it, it was cracked. I got it taped up right now, put some tape on it, but this is a big crack right here. Okay, that can happen if you don't keep an eye on your skylights and your roof, okay? And you want to also keep an eye on the caulking. So sometimes this caulking gets old and you got to re-caulk it and reseal it. So what I ended up doing, I ended up putting some screws right here into the edge of the skylight to keep it on the frame there, right? It was strange because the other ones, they seem sealed pretty tightly, so I don't know why this one wasn't. Guys, all right. So I just want to show you guys something else. Sometimes if the drainage is not adequate on the roof, water will collect in spots. Right now this is dried up, but it can collect just like leaves and anything else can collect. You notice over there, you have this tree hanging over the roof right there. You know, certain times of year, those leaves are gonna fall and they can clog up the drainage here, right there. See that? See all those leaves? There was a big problem here, and it's probably still not fixed. That downspout, that drainage was clogged up with leaves, and water is gonna find a place to go regardless, right? Either it's gonna sit there, it's gonna find whatever, a crack, a crevice to go through. Almost like electricity, it's gonna find a path. So inside the building, major leaking. I mean, waterfall category type of leaking, right? And so yeah, guys, just want to show you that. You gotta take care of your roof. You gotta come up on the roof every now and then to check it out, see what's going on. You just can't neglect it, right? Because if you do neglect it, you're gonna pay the cost, just like anything else in life. All right, guys. All right, guys, I knew I threw a lot at you about your roof, but it's very important that you keep an eye on it, all right? The roof is one of the most neglected parts of our home until something happens, right? So we got to do our best to make sure it's taken care of because it's taking care of us. Guys, if you like the content, please hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to go to calibrate.com, check out the great products we have, sign up for the email list, and that'll be a great way to support the channel. See you next time.